Hello everyone, my name is Abu Bakr Salim and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to create a program to check whether a number is prime or not. A prime number is a number which is divisible by 1 and by itself. For example, 4 is not a prime number because 4 4 is a factor of 1, 2 and 4. Similarly, 2 is a prime number because 2 is a factor of 1 and 2. It only comes in two tables. Okay. So if a number is a factor of only two numbers, then it is a prime number. So let's see three examples here. The first example is of 5. 5 is a prime number. And how have we calculated it? Let's see. When we divide 5 by 1, the remainder is 0. So we check it with 2. In that case, the remainder is 1. Similarly, when we divide 5 by 3, the remainder is 2. When we divide 5 by 4, the remainder is 1. And when we divide 5 by 5, the remainder is 0. So you can see in the case of 5, there are only two cases where the remainder is 0. And those two cases are 1 and 5. And that's what we have discussed in the definition, that a number is a prime number if it is only divisible by 1 and if it is divisible by that number. So 5 is a prime number. Similarly, 4 is not a prime number because 4 is when divided by 1, the remainder is 0. Similarly, when it is divided by 2, the remainder is 0. When it is divided by 3, the remainder is 1. And when it is divided by 4, the remainder is 0. So in the case of 4, the remainder down to 0 is 3. So it is not a prime number. Similarly, 7 is a prime number because 7 mod 1 is equal to 0, 7 mod 2 is equal to 5, 7 mod 3 is equal to 4, 7 mod 4 is equal to 3, 7 mod 5 is equal to 2, 7 mod 6 is equal to 1, and 7 mod 7 is equal to 0. So you can see in this case, the remainder is 0 only twice. Whenever we start dividing from 1 till that number and the remainder count is 0 twice, then that number is a prime number. So now we are going to create a program that will get a number from the user, and we have to check whether the number is prime or not. So let's get started. So now I'm going to create a variable and I'm going to name it num for number. I'm going to make this program interactive, and for that I'm going to print a message, enter a number. After that, we'll be using scanf statement to get the input from the user. After getting the input from the user, now we have to check whether this number is prime number. So you have noticed in the example that I have discussed that we have to check again and again that whether the remainder is coming 0 or not. And the starting point for checking a number is 1. We have to start checking from 1, and we have to repeat this process. So you are thinking right, we are going to use loop. And for this program, I'm going to use for loop, and I'm going to create a variable I. I'm going to name it 1. I'm going to repeat this loop number times. So that's why I've written num here, because you can see that we were dividing number 5 times if we have to check 5 for prime number. We repeat division 4 times if we are checking 4. So if we are checking number, then we have to repeat the loop number times. So I plus plus. Now we have to check whether this number is prime or not. So the condition for prime number is that if it is divisible only twice. So we have to count that how many times the number is divisible by any other number, and for that I'm going to create a variable count and I'm going to assign it an initial value 0. So now if CN making will be used here, if number mode I, and number is the entered number and I is going to be the starting value, which is going to be 1. Then after first iteration it will be 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then so on. And if the number mode I is equal to 0, I am going to increase the value of count by 1 unit. So this is the working that we are going to do in the loop. Once the loop has completed, we have checked whether we have checked the we have checked that how many times the remainder is 0. After that, we have to use another decision making statement if else outside the loop, and in this if else statement we are going to write if count is equal to 0, sorry, if count is equal to 2, because 2 was the condition. If count is equal to 2, we are going to print the number is prime number, and if the condition is false, in that case I'm going to print not a prime number. So now when I will execute the program, you'll see a message, enter a number. Let's suppose I have entered 15. Now 15 is not a prime number, so the output here should be not a prime number. Similarly, if I have entered 7, 7 is a prime number, so the output here should be the number is prime number. Let's check it for another number, which is going to be 31. 31 I think is a prime number, so the output should be the number is prime number. And let's check it for 27. 27 is not a prime number, so the output is not a prime number. So this is a very important program, a logical one that I think you should understand, and you should keep trying it until you get it correctly. And if there is any question, I'm here to help. So you can ask me in the comment section, and please subscribe to the channel and please like the video. Thank you so much.